It's Fashion Week on Cosmo Times.
Join us as we look at different fashion weeks from the world's most cosmopolitan cities.
Welcome to Cosmo Times Fashion Week edition. I'm here on Cosmo Times' very own red carpet in preparation for the Fashion Week.
What up? Move over.
What up, gangsta?
Gangsta?
Yeah, why are you dressed like Jay-Z?
First of all, Jay-Z is a fashion icon who balances office wear and streetwear. Not to mention, 2 of our featured Fashion Week cities are in the US. So I'm here to represent.
Yeah, you're representing something, all right? Now let's head over to New York City and take a look at the world's most famous Fashion Week.
It's New York Fashion Week and the designers have descended upon the Big Apple. Instead of going the typical route and checking out your household names, we're going to look at independent designers. Let's find out what they're putting on the runways for spring and summer 2014. New York is a cultural melting pot, so it's only logical that New York Fashion Week is full of international influence. Unlike the other fashion weeks around the world, New York Fashion Week is known for its wide range of young and independent designers. We check out 4 emerging designers and find out the inspiration behind their lines for spring and summer 2014. First, we check out Peruvian designer Sergio Davila and his presentation in the meatpacking district.
Well, this is a little bit, as I say, Havana Club meets Buenos Aires people, and everything is like with a little Latin flair in New York.
After Sergio Davila, we dive into a colorful spring and summer with Tia Cibani's collection.
Courageous color. The combination of artisanal femininity and couture indulgences. I love eclectic global influences, and I am not shy about it. You know, it's something I'd like to play with and juxtapose. So the collection's always very feminine, very drapey, very sensual, but I like a hit of sort of clean, tailored bits here and there.
Brandon Sun is our next stop. He's bringing a taste of the East to New York Fashion Week. Sun's line was inspired by ancient Asian architecture, textiles, and color, and gives an international feel to the local fashion scene. Sun tells us the type of girl he envisions wearing his new collection.
I like to use the word insouciant, and she's someone who's very easy and slouchy and cool, and she's confident. She doesn't really have to say anything to anyone, she just knows and exudes awesomeness.
Detroit is reinventing itself, and so is the city's native designer. Anne Yi mixed international street style with local flair in her spring and summer collection.
I was just really drawn by the spirit of the city, its tenacity to evolve, what it once was, what it is now, and hopefully what it's going to be once again.
While Anne Yi grew up in Michigan, she takes inspiration from her Asian heritage.
When I was growing up, I made trips with my family back to Hong Kong. We still have relatives there. And I'm constantly inspired by the street style and the fashion over there because, oh my God, they're not afraid of color. They're always taking risks. And it's just, you know, so fresh. Every time I go over there, it's extremely inspiring.
While the looks may be different, all 4 designers have one thing in common. They're inspired by their culture and New York City. Sergio gave us a taste of a Latin holiday through his eclectic collection. Tia contrasts bursts of color with a New York staple, black. Brandon played with textiles and color to create his Asian influence collection, and combined pastels with her signature knits to create structured looks with a hard and soft edge. From independent designer to household name, Vera Wang got her start in creating timeless bridal gowns and has since expanded her empire to include shoes, home decor, makeup, and more. Wang's designs are no stranger to the public eye and are worn by celebrities and prominent figures all over the world, including First Lady Michelle Obama. Vera Wang's evolution through New York Fashion Week demonstrates how independent designers can make their mark on the fashion industry. New York Fashion Week provides independent designers the opportunity to shine on and off the runway. They're taking inspiration from their heritage and bringing it to the streets of New York and your closet. The strong presence of young and independent designers at New York Fashion Week represents the diversity and international influence that New York is known for. We saw so many different designs coming down the runway, but one thing rings true with all these independent designers. They're bringing a little part of their culture to New York Fashion Week, and they want to spread it with people around the world. Reporting for Cosmo Times, I'm Christy Clemens.
Wow, New York City's Fashion Week looks amazing.
New York is a perfect place for emerging styles and emerging designers.
Kind of like your sophisticated gangsta look.
This look has street cred and office cred, okay?
Okay. Well, let's tune into Melbourne City Search and see what kind of fashion week they had.
Melbourne is considered the fashion capital of Australia, and every spring up to 100,000 people descend on this city for a fashion extravaganza known as Melbourne Spring Fashion Week. This year we scored a backstage pass, so let's go find out how Melbourne earned its reputation and what's trending this season.
So we're trying to capture the essence of what those designers represent and giving something to them that really shows off their clothes, but also the beauty of the girls as well. It's just fun to be doing something that's maybe a little bit more grassroots, that people actually get to see, and not just the buyers and the editors of magazines.
It's so exciting. I mean, I feel really grateful to, get chosen to do this, and it's just a really fun experience.
I'm wearing a lot of coloured suits later on, like pinks and that kind of thing.
What type of look are you going for in this particular show today?
A bit of a space age pussycat. So it's a bit sort of like raver 90s, but pussycat ears.
We look to create looks that not only complement the fashion but are on trend, they relate to now, they're wearable.
It's very grunge and really out there because it's all the students, so it's a very different look for everyone. It's really great.
The fashion culture that we have in Melbourne is really outstanding. Well, this is actually our first time seeing a student runway, so it'll be really exciting.
I think they did absolutely fantastic.
I think there was some really interesting shoe designs and headwear this year, so that was pretty incredible.
I think everybody had something very different. I really like the fabric manipulation for a lot of the designers out there.
Oh, it's absolutely stunning, really innovative and really well-refined collections, just beautiful.
Your designs were on show tonight?
Yeah.
How did it feel?
Pretty exciting. A bit numb to it, but yeah, just the work's not over yet, so gotta keep going. But no, it was exciting, yeah.
Now, it's not just students who are going to be showing their designs here at Fashion Week. For the next 9 days, Melbourne is going to be home to some of the biggest names in the fashion world. One of those designers is Yojin Bae. She's one of Australia's hottest designers right now, and we got the chance to catch up with her backstage to find out what made her want to enter the fashion world.
I can't remember when I didn't want to be a designer. I started going to art school when I was about 3, 4, and that was in Korea, where I was born. And I graduated from fashion college at the White House School quite young, when I was 15. and I've been working in the industry now for about 20 years. The collection I'm showing tonight is all about colour, and I designed this particular collection for pieces to go to the races. So spring racing is a major event for us, and then I considered all the great sort of New Year's Eve parties and cocktail parties heading into summer. So colour, silhouette, graphic. I still like things a little bit sort of, you know, sophisticated as well. So you'll see a lot of past the knee length silhouettes for me, but it still has that sort of womanly sex appeal. I have two brands actually. So I have one called Yojin Bay, which is my main signature line, and then I have a contemporary collection called YB Shem, which is a little bit sort of young, cool, sort of hipper. It's a very French influenced collection. My background is actually Korean, so I've spent a little bit of time doing shows in Korea as well as Australia, and I think whilst, you know, a beautiful collection can translate into many countries and territories, there's still things to consider for the Asian sort of body type and the physiques and some of the likes and dislikes between the two cultures. So I think having Asia so close to us is a great opportunity for us. I still get excited seeing women wear my clothes, and I think one of the things that I've learned over the years is really to understand how women want to dress, what flatters them the most. And one of the things I still love to do is actually get in the change room and dress and style clients myself.
Well, there you have it. Will you be wearing hot pink this spring? I know I will. From the always fashionable streets of Melbourne, I'm Delarani.
Cosmo Time.
Welcome back to Cosmo Times Fashion Week edition.
We've just explored the Fashion Week events of New York City and Melbourne.
Melbourne's Yojin Bay seems like a really fresh designer with a unique style.
Although LA Fashion Week is still a month away, let's pop over and get a preview of their upcoming events on this week's LA City Search.
Every designer dreams of showing their collection at the Fashion Week. Well, the New York Fashion Week is being held in city, carrying the spotlight throughout New York. The Los Angeles Fashion Week is also ready to take action, launching in mid-October.
Well, I think LA Fashion Week is unique. It's a regional fashion week. For some designers that are based in Los Angeles or based on the West Coast, they opt to show in Los Angeles because they get a bit more attention. It's more of an environment where you can invite your friends, and you know, it's kind of a more fun environment. And there's also access to celebrities more easy here in Los Angeles than New York because they can basically come down the street, watch some shows, and go home. Well, LA's gone through a lot of changes with Fashion Week. So it was interesting because it went from a really organized thing to a more underground, intimate thing where it was more about the small emerging designers than about the bigger established designers.
I love Los Angeles Fashion Week because I think over here is where Hollywood is, and it's like celebrity lifestyle. That's why my brand Glaudy caters to the celebrity. I think it's for that woman on the spotlight, and LA inspires me, you know, so I think LA Fashion Week is a lot different than New York.
LA Fashion Week does, you know, fun and new exciting things, and what I really love about LA Fashion Week is that they really support the newer up and coming brands who need all the support.
So when did you start to prepare for the new season?
I really start preparing for the collections. Even, you know, 2 seasons ago, I started thinking of ideas.
2 seasons ago.
Yeah, sometimes I start working on some of the concepts that far back.
It took me about 6 months to finish my collection. It's a total of 30 pieces.
Yeah, black is always kind of the mainstay. It's always there in every collection, and it's kind of one of my signatures. So definitely there's going to be a lot of black in the collection.
I kept it very black and white and gold and metallics, but as far as, you know, what I perceive that other people are going to be doing, I think black and white is definitely going to continue.
I'm always in black. I mean, I'm pretty much personally always in black, but if I had to choose a color that I could wear more than once, it would be like a red tone or a white, off-white, taupe.
It seems that black and white still prevail in this era of fashion. No matter if you want to be casual or exquisite, elegant can be one of the best ways to dress yourself up for the upcoming season. Hope you learned some new trends for the next coming season. I'm super excited for the Los Angeles Fashion Week this year. Hope you are too. I'm Qiwen reporting from Los Angeles for Cosmo Times. Although LA typically isn't a city known for Fashion Week, but it looks like it's growing pretty quickly.
Holla.
Holla?
Holla.
You know, you look better without that hat.
What is that? Some kind of backhanded compliment?
I was thinking of it more as a front-handed insult.
Don't go away, because after the break,
we're going to get a preview of Shanghai's upcoming Fashion Week.
Cosmo Time. Welcome back to Cosmo Time's Fashion Week red carpet.
We've just seen some edgy designers from around the world, right, Home Slice?
You know it, girl. Next, let's head over to a preview of our very own Shanghai Fashion Week.
An event that's been gaining popularity for the past 10 years. Let's take a look.
This year's Shanghai Fashion Week begins on October 17th and will feature 40 collections from China and abroad. However, there's been a push to expand the city's local scene, with a range of highly anticipated upcoming designers set to hit the runway with new and invigorating styles, breathing new life into Shanghai fashion. Today we've sat down with 3 such designers, Gigi, Ning, and Liu Jie, to see how they're approaching their Shanghai Fashion Week debut. Queen of Punk Vivienne Westwood and Vera Wang presented styles alongside Shanghai's biggest local design. Li Jie and An Ning are 2 of Shanghai's freshest new designers. Studying fashion design in Shandong, they found work with a number of Chinese brands, developing an insight into the local industry for 6 years. With extensive knowledge of Chinese trends and markets, the duo began designing their clothes in 2007 under the name Leo 2, growing their own niche customers, with styles made in China for China. Looking to expand Shanghai's fashion scene, they were assigned a retail space in one of Jing'an's luxury shopping malls, where they began to receive considerable attention. However, the designer team still remains relatively unknown to the fashion world, but with their first ever runway show and their Fashion Week debut coming this October, that very well may change.
一直在忙嘛，因为越是到最后，越是忙，很多的事情都要去准备，包括模特试衣啊、挑模特啊、化妆啊、造型啊、还有 T 台啊，做很多的工作在等着我们去做。现在我们刚刚再去挑选模特，要把模特按照我们心目当中想用的模特挑选出来，可能再根据这个模特去把那个衣服再去套上，看看哪套衣服适合这个模特。
主题叫共生，
对，共生，男人和女人之间一种共生。因为我们是想表现一种，就是男人和女人就是消除了很多外在的一些其他一些因素，只维持到最简单、最淳朴那个生活状态的东西。按一层一层就是人和这个世界和自然的一种共生，一种平等的一种生存，是这2层意思。
Watching global fashion trends closely, these 2 upcoming designers make subtle references to international style, while retaining distinctly Chinese elements like silhouettes, cuttings, and colors.
中国传统思想里面，一些禅啊，一些比较空啊，还有这些无为的一种概念，是将这种精神状态融入到这个衣服里面去。
在剪裁上，我们基本上用的是结构的这种手法，所以你看到我的穿着方式，包括搭配的形式，都是那种大廓型的，然后具有很大包容性的，整体就是比较纯粹的，就是寻求一些本源东西的。
Their Fashion Week debut marks their introduction to the international stage. It's a jump-off point to greater recognition as well as greater market appeal.
为主嘛，然后我们会在里面加一些。
While Leo 2 represents the new wave of Chinese designers, Gigi has already gained a following with 2 labels encompassing both streetwear and casual chic. He's presented collections at Berlin and Singapore Fashion Week and is now gearing up for his Shanghai debut. With a degree in industrial design from Jiaotong University and a talent in art and painting, he stepped into fashion with his first label, High Panda, gaining appeal throughout China's post-80s generation. But despite his growing reputation, this will be his first time presenting a collection on the runways of Shanghai Fashion Week.
他开始让我开始要奔跑是一个起步的一个点
这就是上海时装周对我的意义。其实我们选择上海时装周或者时装周选择我们，我觉得都是一个就是时间节点的一个成熟。当然，我们可能跟一些设计师品牌会有一点不同，就是我们可能是更加规模化或者是更加团队化来操作。那么我们觉得就是说，也是中国这个设计或者是受到了市场或者是公众的关注。上海时装周做到今年也越来越成熟，或者是再往上来走。在中国来讲，它还是一个挺好的一个给独立设计师展示的一个平台。所以这是我们觉得就是说这个点到了。
With resurfacing trends referencing vintage and classic styles, G&E steps away from the traditional female image, presenting a new confident elegance with single-piece cuttings almost entirely in black. Fashion is a global phenomena, with trends crossing oceans to form a melting pot of styles and designers. But at this year's Fashion Week, we're seeing a considerable push to develop the city's own growing scene, with support given to Shanghai's fresh and unique upcoming designers, as well as the Shanghai staples, into the new direction of Chinese fashion, and its place on the international runway, as well as a preview of what to expect from a new season of local and global trends.
It seems Shanghai is a great environment for new designers to prove themselves.
Yeah, all the cosmopolitan cities of the world love fashion.
Thank goodness, fashion is such a great way to express oneself.
I have learned a lot about you today by how you expressed yourself.
Let's just check out this week's creative source.
Candy and handbags came together in a variety of colorful displays, including shoulder bags, handbags, backpacks, and clutches for a stylistic fusion of sweet fashion. The Dylan's Candy Bar collection was designed by Dylan Lauren, the daughter of A-list designer Ralph Lauren. On location, customers were provided with cocktails which actually matched the colors of the exhibition. You could also find various kinds of bags painted by customers to show their ideal patterns. So, what's your favorite piece of candy? Shanghai has long been considered the Paris of the East, and it's one of the world's fastest rising fashion scenes. The city is littered with huge brands and street style, but recently a local fashion magazine alongside a major high-end shopping mall held an awards ceremony in honor of Shanghai's shopping landmarks. 23 shopping areas won awards featuring comparisons to Paris, New York, Milan, and Sydney. It focused on the city's most international shopping and fashion experiences throughout Shanghai.
Why are you wearing sunglasses? Oh my god. You are trying to look stylish, aren't you?
No, I'm not. There's a glare in here from the lights.
A glare from the lights?
Seriously, there is. I'm just trying to protect my eyes.
Yeah, right. Stop trying to look like a supermodel.
Well, whatever. Thanks for tuning into this week's Cosmo Times Fashion Week edition. Yeah, kind of like your sophisticated look.
This look has...
Wow, New York City feather.
Did you do the wink?
I did.
Very badly.
Let's take a look.
Welcome back to Cosmo Times Shanghai. No.
And the lines has been gaining popularity.
说100遍，赶快。Although LA Fashion Week is still a month away, let's hop over